Hello viewers, my name is Dr. B.Vijayakumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, St.Joseph College, Arts and Science, Autonomous, Cuddalore. Today my topic, Statistical Methods for Computer Application, and the subject code is 19ASCS42. Topic, Test for Difference of Population Mean. This topic is very important of this research and the project works. Today my title topic, Test for the Difference of Population Mean. Some problem is there. So first problem number 1, sample of two type of the electric bulbs, electric light bulbs were tested for the length of life, and the following data were obtained, type 1 and type 2. This was some different ways. So sample size type 1 is 8, sample size type 2 is 7, sample size type 1 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, sample mean type 2 error 1036 hours. The sample standard deviation type 1 is 36. Another one is sample standard deviation type 2 is 40. So the difference is the mean sufficient to warrant that type 1 is superior, and then type 2 is recording length of lives. These are my problems. This is for this problem. Some solution is there. So sample size is n1 and n2. Hours is x1 bar and x2 bar. S1 is a standard deviation, S2 is it is also standard deviation. So this is for different population means types. Problem is here. So null, this is for hypothesis. There are two types is there. So first one is null hypothesis H0. This is for general. Think about there is no significant difference between the population mean, that is called the whole population. This problem is you have to consider about there is no significant difference between two bulbs, that is H0 mu1 that is equal to mu2, that is a two difference. Another one is alternative hypothesis H1. There is a significance difference between two bulbs H1, that is H1 mu1 not equal to mu2, that is there is a significance. Some difference is two bulbs. This is also for alternative. Another one is step 3. We have to consider about test statistics. Modulus of T, there is a significance difference between two bulbs. You have to consider about H1 or H2. You have to consider the mu1 and the mu2. Some difference is there or not. You have to calculate these. Some problems, only one formula is there. So x1 bar minus x2 bar, you have to calculate these values, x1 minus x2 bar, whole divided by whole root of s is a standard deviation. So s square 1 divided by n1 plus n2. These are s square is some formula is there. So n1 number of observation s1 square plus n2 into s2 squares divided by n1 plus n2 minus 2. You have to simplify this formula. So what is the value is s square, that is equal 1659.07. This is for standard deviation values, and the n1 n2 values also here. So x1 bar x2 bar values also here. modulus of t that is equal, you have to apply this formula for this test statistics. X1 minus x2 power whole root of s square 1 divided by n1 plus 1 divided by n2. So here I have to apply these x1 values minus x2 values, that is hours base. So standard deviation value is already calculated, 16590.07. So n1 total number of observation n1 and n2. n1 value is 8, n2 value is 7. So you have to divide this value 1 divided by 8, 1 divided by 7. You have to add this value 0.2678. So you have to two values, standard deviation values, and then the n1 n2 values you have to multiple and take this value is root 444.298. So root of this value 21.078. You have to cancel the value. So t alpha modulus of t that is equal 9.39. This is for these calculated values. Next step we have to follow table values. The general thing about for the table values can be obtained by n1 plus n2 minus 2. The degrees of freedom at 5% and 1% level of significance, the table value you have to calculate it. And then this problem you have to handling for this type of table values. The table value can be obtained from n1 value is 8 plus n2 value is 7 minus 2. So you have to add this value minus 2 and this 13 degrees of freedom obtained at a 5% level of significance. This is for this table values. You have to take this table value. After that I will look at the table value. 1.771. This is for degrees of freedom at 5% level of significance. You have to calculate the first 5%. 5% is 0.05. 0.05 you have to significance values. So that this value you have to calculate it for 1.771. Another one is in difference. We have to calculate the table value already calculated for this calculated values. This is also for table value you have to write here. So next is inference, very important. That is a conclusions of this inference. The calculate value 9.39 is greater than the table values 1.771. The reject null hypothesis H0, that is the type 1 is superior than type 2 recording the length of life. So this problem is also for this superior that this 2 regarding length of life. This of our table value, how to calculate this table value, 5% level of significance. Another one is 1% level of significance. You have to take this only for this problem is calculated for 5% level of significance. So what is the value for the degrees? First column is degrees of freedom 13. The table value is 13. You have to look at here 13 up to 0.05 values. Fifth column you have to calculate the 13 degrees of freedom, and this degrees of freedom first column value is 13 up to 0.05 value is 1.771. This is for the calculated value. You have to look at here. This was for my topic. Thank you very much. Subscribe my videos. Thank you very much. Had any queries, comments? Thank you.